Welcome, Anurel. We're going to have a nice short vinyasa today, and we're going to keep it moving. So vinyasa, we're linking breath and movement, and we're going to be in a constant state of flow today. So we're going to find a little bit of stillness here and there, but even in that sense of stillness, there's going to be a very subtle movement. Delving into a little bit of the inner thigh, the tighter areas, the hamstrings, and it's just going to be available to all levels. The theme today was presence and being present, and I had a very interesting lead up for the last 20 minutes. Our internet, well, it's still not working. I'm actually using my phone for this one, but it's often I sit on the mat and I give myself some meditation time to really center and become present for the class. And my presence today was definitely in the IT department. So the shift to this is going to be really yummy. And I'm sure you can all relate to when, you're trying your best to be present in one area and something else is demanding your attention. So you need to be present there. So whatever your day is today, we're going to begin it by just sort of getting nice and gooey and warming up the body. And if it's at the end of your day, well, enjoy this because you're going to feel divine at the end. Well, let's get started. You might need 2 blocks for this one, maybe not, just depending on the length of your hamstrings. I often find blocks are a great thing to have around no matter what. We're going to start in a wide-legged child's pose. So take your knees about the width of your armpits and actually come down. If you're like me, you've got a little belly, you can place your belly inside of your thighs. What you're trying to get the feeling of is your rib cage just touching the insides of your thighs. So you're fully supported, you're not just dropping through. Reach the hands out in front and settle into a nice steady breath. And I want you to give yourself permission to be fully present, to just own this next 20 minutes. No need to be anywhere else, mentally or physically. And if your mind wanders during the practice, just come back to that thought. There's nothing else I need to do right now in this very pose. Take a deep breath, come up onto all fours. And as you exhale, drop the belly, look up at the toes. Inhale, going to round up. And exhale. This is sort of like opposing what is natural in our body. Normally we drop the belly and we inhale. So we're just sort of switching it up and come back to a neutral. And then let's go into a more natural shape. So inhale as you drop. And you see the space you've just created. And exhale. So that ability to put things where they belong naturally, in that natural order, simplifies our life. And we can learn that just here on the mat. A simple act of breathing can remind us. Coming back to neutral spine, tuck your toes, pull back to downward facing dog. And take your time here. Roll onto the toes, push the shoulders over the wrists, bend the knees, stretch through the plantar fascia there. So here I'm really trying to push my heels back slowly and let the hips lift. Coming up again. And back we go. Heels forward first and then pushing back. I want you to notice in your own movement as we continue this, just where your breath fits naturally without me telling you where to place it. And just check in that you have got your breath with you. So it sort of looks a little like this, a big inhale coming forward. Using that nice, slow, deliberate exhale to squeeze back and lift the hips. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, come forward. Really strengthening and warming up the shoulders. Exhale, push back. Giving the Achilles and the plantar fascia time. Just a couple of pedals through the feet here. You can step your feet a little further forward if you like. Smooth, even breath. Bending the knees, looking forward. Step your right foot to your right thumb. And lunge, bring the heart forward and press the back heel back. Really tighten that back thigh, pulling length into the body. And your fingertips can be useful here. Another, if you're new to yoga or if you're waking up a little bit stiff, blocks are an awesome way of just getting a little bit of height, a little bit more access. Dropping that back knee down, front leg straightening and pulling the heart up. Again, this is nice to use blocks first thing, drawing the hip back. And this first round through, we're giving the body time to feel the shape, getting that muscle memory, rocking forward. Come back to downward facing dog. And we're going to step left foot forward, same thing. Back knee drops down. Oh, sorry, keep it up. We're going to keep that strong. Shoulders pulling back, really waking up the core. You're actually trying to press that back foot down. Then the knee comes down, the front leg straightens, the heart pulls forward. A nice little wake up for the hamstring. I'm going to go through that again. And this time I'm just going to add one more pose. I'm going to rock forward, come into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Empty out. Right foot stepping forward. Lunge, inhale. Back knee drops, and as you exhale, front leg straightens. You're going to come forward into a Skandasana. So this front foot is placed 45 degrees. The back foot actually is parallel with the back of your mat. So you're going to turn the toes to the side. Use this elbow to entice the knee out and pull the heart forward and the butt back. I'm not trying to just drop my hips. I'm trying to get really flat, my whole body in line, and only then sort of lower. This is awesome for the inner thigh. And the same thing on the other side. So pivot on the heels, placement of that front foot now and back foot is opposite. And we're just letting that inner thigh, the right side, just get a nice stretch. And that's the pose we're adding. So let's come back to the front, place the hands. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And a breath out. The left foot's going to step forward. I'm going to spin around on the mat so my butt isn't facing you. And the back knee drops, and as we exhale, we lower. I'm going to come up, spin into Skandasana, and that's the left knee bending. And inhale, changing sides, exhale. You're going to spin to the front. I'm switching it around. I hope this isn't too confusing. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Now let's put all of this into a really nice gooey flow. So we're going to roll forward. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Bend the knees, push through the heels back as we exhale. Look forward. right foot steps, heart lifts as you inhale. Knee comes down, front leg straightens as you exhale. Inhale, coming up to the side, setting the feet, and then use the exhale to lower. Inhale, we're going to pivot on the heels, go to the back. Exhale. Take a deep breath and come to, I'm going to spin you around actually to the back of the mat so that I'm not going to face my butt to you. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. Come over, forward as you inhale, shoulders over the wrist. Press the hips back, the heels go last. Look forward, left foot steps. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, knee comes down, front leg straightens. Inhale, come up, Skandasana. Exhale, there's loads of time in your breath, and the slower you can bring your breath down, the more space you have. Inhale, pivot. And exhale, just enjoy that stretch. Spinning to the front, hands are placed. Downward facing dog. One more time, up onto toes, shoulders over wrist, and check they're right over. Exhale, press back. Looking forward, right foot steps. Inhale, back leg comes down. Exhale, so you can feel this really starting to warm up. Inhale, come up to the side. Skandasana, exhale, maybe you go a little deeper. Inhale, and exhale. Bending to the back. Downward facing dog. Empty the breath. Let myself roll forward. Exhale, back we go. Left foot stepping. Inhale. Back knee comes down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, coming up. Skandasana. Bending that left leg. Inhale and shifting it up. And lowering. Spinning to the front, downward facing dog again. And let's do one roll through. High, over the shoulders, over the wrists. Bend back. And let yourself settle. Breathing here, 3 breaths. Nothing else to do. And just getting a sense of that movement beneath the skin. So we're never actually fully still. Body's always in a state of flux in some way. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just peel off those layers of the mind just easily? Bend the knee, look forward, step to the front. Feet are good, hip width apart, half lift. Use the shins there if you like. And we're going to fold, grabbing opposite elbows and giving the hamstrings just a little bit of hang time there. So I've got a soft bend in my knee so that I'm actually not letting my butt point down. There's a bit of a tendency to try and lock legs on. And all I do there is I tend to tilt my butt down so my hamstrings stay in a really short, stagnant length. And no matter how far I go, I'm just straightening my lower back. Whereas if you look at these 2 points, if I bend my knee, I'm actually making that distance lengthen. So I'm hamming it up in my hamstrings there. So a little bit of a bend sometimes gives you a lot more access. I'm also not straining my lower back in any way. And the spine should just more or less hang quite long. You press into the feet. The trick with yoga is to stay really present even in these stiller moments and get a sense of that subtle movement beneath the skin. There's a lot going on there. And we're going to bend the knees so that we keep the spine nice and close as we come up. And roll the shoulders open. We're awake. Bring the big toes to touch. Reach tall, full length. Hands through the heart. Allow yourself to literally stand. Utkatasana. Exhale, hips back. Press up to stand. Hands to heart. 2 more times like that. Find a smoothness, not just to the breath, but to the actions. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, rise. Hands land to the heart. Last time, Utkatasana, maybe a little deeper. Hands coming to heart for this one. Inhale, left elbow across the right knee, taking a little twist through the body. Really beneficial for those internal organs. Make sure the core is really engaged. Take a breath. And coming back. Empty out. Press to stand. Hands to heart. Same thing on the other side, just adding that extra element. Inhale. Hands to heart. Inhale. Right elbow across. Inhale. Pulling the heart around. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Release. Utkatasana. Empty. Press to stand. Hands to heart. Allow yourself to stand. And keep the flow going. Inhale, hands rise. Hands to heart, bend the knees. We're going to tap that left ankle bone against the right one and lift the foot so that we can step it back. Crescent lunge. The first big hip flexor opener really. We're going to inhale, rise, hands. Exhale, opening out. Warrior two. Now we're going to shift up that Skandasana a little. So we're going to sweep to the back. Low Skandasana, the front toes lift. The hands can come to the heart. Or to begin with, just keep them on the ground so you're stable. Changing it up, keeping it nice and low. And looking to the back foot. Coming back around. Crescent lunge again. So we turn that back foot. And warrior two again. We're getting into this nice flow. Front leg straightens. Lengthen forward. Trikonasana. Breath in. Breath out. Coming up to stand. Toes point in slightly. Hands to hips, elbows back so the heart lifts. Come halfway down. Empty. And go a little lower. Hands can come to the floor or again onto blocks. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Hands to hips, elbows high, halfway. Empty out. All the way up. You're going to cartwheel your hands to the front of the mat. I'm going to go to the back of the mat so that I don't turn my butt to you, and step to the front of your mat. Half lift and fold. Rise to stand. Inhale. Hands come to the heart. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. This time we're going to tap that right ankle bone against the inner side of the left leg. We're going to step back into crescent on this side. So inhale, hands right. Exhale, we open out. Now you can use either Skandasana. Back of the mat. I'm going to bring my hands to the heart. You're dorsiflexing that foot and change, keep it low. We're going to spin to the front, come back into the crescent. Inhale, open, warrior two. Front leg straightens, Trikonasana, this side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Empty, coming up. I'm going to spin the toes in again. Hands to the hips. I'm going to step my heels to the back edge of the mat. Pop the chest forward and come down. Hands can come to the mat. We come lower. Maybe walk the hands back in line with the heels and the head comes down towards the floor. If you have this, maybe you come up onto your toes. If you want to extend up into a headstand, a tripod, feel free. Let yourself float and come on up. Stay there for 3 breaths. And coming down. Where you land, hopefully not on a block. Hands to hips, come halfway up. Empty. Lift all the way up. And we're going to spin back to the front. Cartwheel hands down. This time come into a downward facing dog. And just walk through the feet. Coming down onto the knees. And sinking into child's pose. Steadying the breath. Coming up onto all fours, we're going to spin to the side. So for this one, I always like to start with my butt up on a block for a side straddle. But I actually don't need the block, but I'm just giving you options to get it a little bit more of an anterior tilt. So you want the pelvis to sort of tilt forward at the top, not the bottom. And sometimes lifting your hips up on a block or a book or a rolled up blanket helps. And then you want to turn your toes up to the sky, not necessarily let them roll out and point back, but more up to the sky so that we're rotating the inner thighs down. That's actually, again, going to help the hips tilt forward. We're going to reach up and we're going to reach forward. And here I'm not just moving my arms forward. I'm actually trying to get my whole body to tilt forward so that I'm in a diagonal line. My hands come down. I actually tend to roll off my block here because what I'm doing is I'm rolling, toes are pulling back. I'm actually moving into my adductors, these guys on the inside, and you know, they're notoriously tight. We use our legs for pretty much all day, just hammering around the place. This is another nice use for blocks. So if you don't go a long way down, you can place hands or elbows, bring yourself down really slowly. What you don't want to do or get in the habit of is just getting there, you know, rounding the spine and just curling. Just take your time. And you want to sneak up on these guys more than anything. Good way to make sure you're not rounding is draw the shoulders back. And let's come on up. Inhale, just put a little bit of movement in this. I'm going to pull the heart forward to the lower and then inhale, come on back. And exhale, lower again. And inhale, come back. One more time. Allowing that length to happen in the spine. We're going to come back and we're going to pick up our back leg and bring it around to the front. Wiggle that out. Allow that to come back. And lower down onto the spine, nice and steady. Taking any ponytails off the back of the head. Bringing both knees in, nice and steady on that lower back. I'm going to come into a half happy baby. For this one, we're going to keep the left knee bent, pick up the foot, and just allowing the hamstring here to open. We're not going for the hip flexor so much today. Then you're going to work your shoulder on the inside of your knee and head and shoulders up. And just start to tease a little bit of length into that leg. You're going to release and let the legs both lengthen out and just notice what you feel. You're going to do the same on the other side. So bending that right knee, coming to a half happy baby here, allowing that opening to occur. And you can stay here with this if you're feeling a lot, or you can just work at lifting and bringing that shoulder in to the inside and then teasing that little bit of length in there. And let's release again, both legs out. So feeling all of those attachment points in and around the sit bones that we've worked on today. Honing in on that sensation entirely so that the thoughts are at bay. And if you need a twist or anything like that, you can add that in now. Or simply allow yourself to fall into a nice state of presence, being in the body, aware, feeling that hum beneath the skin. And if the mind wanders, just entice it back with the next breath and invite it back in. The only job you have to do right now is to remain present. Nothing else to do. And as you move into your day today, remind yourself a few times throughout the day to be present. Just simply, whether you're standing, whether you're sitting, just to be completely in the moment, in your skin, whatever you're going through. An honor to practice.